Good morning, gamers. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful afternoon in Los Santos. Right now, we are just chilling on Vespucci Beach. And in today's episode of GTA Online Tutorials, I'll be going over step 2 of your buying pass. So, step 2 is the Kosatka, obviously. And in this episode, I'll be just going over the scouting out portion of the Cayo Perico heist of your first time doing the heist. So, I assume at this point you watched step 1 and you have gotten your 2.2 million. You've grinded all those contact missions and challenges, and now you have 2.2 million. So, first step, you're going to open up your phone, go into the internet, travel and transport, war stock, and buy your Kosatka for the base price of 2 million. Now, if you did go the extra step and grind some more money, you are welcome to make some other customizations to your Kosatka, but these are not necessary, and I do not recommend spending your money on these renovations yet. You can either buy better weapons or just other useful items other than these renovations right now. So you're going to go ahead, just don't do any of these customizations except the flag, that's free. And once you are satisfied with the Kosatka, go ahead and click buy. And once you buy your Kosatka, Pavel might call you, I kind of forgot if he did or not. But basically, to request your Kosatka, you're going to go in your interactions menu, services, and all at the bottom go to your Kosatka. And then you're going to click request Kosatka. Now, there are many ways to get to your Kosatka, but obviously it's going to spawn in the water. When you click request Kosatka, it spawns in the closest water source near you. Since I'm in Vespucci Beach, it's going to spawn all the way out there. Yep, there it is. There's my Kosatka. So, to get to your Kosatka quickly, without the sparrow, which I'll explain what the sparrow is in the prepping video, you're going to open up your interaction menu, go into the Kosatka menu again, and click request dinghy. So this basically requests a boat wherever you are, just in case you need to either get to land or back to your submarine. So go ahead, get in your boat, and make your way over to your newly bought Kosatka. So you made your way to your Kosatka using the dinghy, and I'm going to show you guys where the entrances are. So there are two entrances in the front here. There is that front hatch with that red little valve, and then that front door right below the Soviet emblem. That front door with that red valve as well. And there are entrance in the back here, this another red valve. So just basically look for these red valves, those are the entrances. Alright, so you have a total of 3 entrances on the surface. Technically there's 4 through the helipad, but I'll explain that in further detail in the prepping video. So, let's go ahead and enter your new submarine. Alright, as you enter your new submarine, you will be greeted by a cutscene from Pavel, and I encourage you guys to watch that. Alright, you just watched the cutscene and you get the gist. You're probably prompted to start the Cayo Perico heist right away, but before that I'm going to show you guys cool tips and tricks regarding your Kosatka. So right now you're in your command room. In this seat right here, this is called the helm. This is where you can drive the submarine. It will prompt you up with controls on how to do it. Over here is your guided missile station. When you do buy those guided missiles, those are really fun. And you have a sonar station in here too when you do buy that upgrade. Around back here, you have an exit. And here's some stairs to a lower level. Right down here and back to the right, this is where you spawn in to your Kosatka. If you do set at your spawn point, just to review how to set your spawn point, open up your interaction menu. It's all the way at the bottom here, and spawn location. You can set it to any one of your properties that can have a spawn location. So I'm going to set it to my Kosatka. Here you can change your clothes, browse the internet through the computer, and lay down in bed. Now, around this corner, here's the kitchen. This is where you can get free snacks similar to your assistant in your office. Now, in the lower decks area, and overall around the entire submarine, you can find free weapons. Like over here, Pavel's smoking a cigarette in the torpedo room, and there's an RPG right here which you can pick up. So I encourage you guys to explore around your submarine and find all of these cool weapons. Also over here, I did pass it, there are some cameras which you can AFK at. And even a jail cell for any prisoners you take hold of. Running through this hallway, this is where your moonpool vehicles are stored. Like I have my Torador over here. Torador is one of the best vehicles in the game, and I mentioned it in the previous episode, so I highly recommend buying Torador when you do have enough money for it from the heist. Up here is your helipad where your Sparrow is stored. I'll explain what the Sparrow is in the prepping video. And back here is just another stairwell back there. So, basically, just explore your Kosatsuka and see what it has to offer. There's some scuba gear on the wall on the left here. And now, let's actually get to the heist. Also, this periscope is pretty helpful too. Alright, so, to register for the heist, you must become a CEO, Motorcycle Club President, or a VIP. And go ahead, it'll ask you, it's gonna ask you to pay 25k and basically set up the heist. So as soon as you start it, it's gonna ask you to go to LSIA. And to go to LSIA, you're just going to exit Kosatsuka through the many exits. There's one right here, and there's also one in the planning room. So I'm gonna exit the Kosatsuka through here. And just take my dinghy to the airport. Now, if you do not have your Kosatsuka in Vespucci Beach, or you spawn it like in another area around the map, you can always get into the helm of the Kosatsuka, that main sea in the planning room, and fast travel to a closer location. That fast traveling feature is going to be really helpful when you are doing preps. So, go ahead, make whatever way you want, and just go to the airport. Once you're at the airport, you'll be greeted with a cutscene, and you'll be in Cayo Perico. So, once you are in Cayo Perico, go ahead and make your way out of the compound, out of the little party area that the game puts you in as soon as you get... Alright gamers, welcome to Cayo Perico. So, you're probably wondering why it is nighttime for me and I'm dressed up in different clothes. Well, that's because this is not my first time doing the heist, and this is what it will look like once you scout out Cayo Perico after your first heist. And it might not be nighttime, but you'll have similar clothes to me. So, you did the cutscene, you went to the party over there, and you finally escaped out of the party. So you'll spawn outside this gate area. And your objective is to get to El Rubio's compound down here. Just ignore that it says sneak to the communications tower, that's for next episode. So, you are just going to make your way south, and the hardest part is just getting past this checkpoint right here. You basically want to find a blind spot in all their cones of vision that are on the minimap and get past. So right now it's pretty well guarded. I have to wait till an opportunity opens up. Alright, the sniper tower is not looking, however the guard on the ground floor is looking. Alright, there we go. There's my opportunity. So now you just make your way past. Oh no. Sniper tower's looking. That was a close one. Alright. Oh, now there's a car coming. Alright, it probably won't be as hard as it is right now for me, but just always be mindful of your surroundings. There's 3 cars coming, wow. Never had a situation like this. Alright. Once this car passes, I believe we will be clear. Alright, there we go. Now we can make our way to the compound. So usually there'll be an ATV spawn right here, and you can go ahead and get on it just so you don't have to run the whole way. And basically what you want to do is just stay away from people as much as possible. I apologize for the frame drops. It's just really choppy in Cayo Perico. Rockstar still hasn't fixed that. Alright, so basically stay away from the lines of sight. Almost got caught by the sniper back there. Alright, from here we can take the main roads. Just make sure you don't get too close to anyone. Alright, then you can cut through this hills. Now for me, I have to go to the communication tower, but I'm going to show you where you guys have to go. Alright. So basically, you want to make your way to El Rubio's compound without getting caught. Just always look at your minimap, stay out of El Rubio's guards, cones of visions. sniper tower to turn. Alright, now we're clear. Alright. I'm not sure how close you guys have to get to El Rubio's compound, but this might be close enough. Maybe you have to take a picture or something. Alright, but once you take that picture, the game's gonna prompt you to wait for Pavel to find, like, a connections point. And that connections point is the communications tower, that big tower over there. Always just pay attention, make sure you don't get caught. Alright, so after the compound, make your way over to the communications tower. There might be a guard here, so be careful of him as well. Alright, avoid the guard. Now, get off your vehicle before getting close because they could hear the engine. Alright, by now, Pablo should have found the communications tower. Alright, so you made your way to your communications tower. The next step is finding the signal box. The signal box could be all the way at the bottom, over here, or it could be all the way to the top of the tower. So either way, you are going to have to look around. For me, it's not at the bottom, so I have to climb up. Unlucky for me, my signal box is all the way at the top of the tower. So, in some cases, you are going to have to climb all the way up here. Now, so this is where I will explain the purpose of the heist. So the purpose of the Cayo Perico heist is to go to Cayo Perico and steal these valuable files from El Rubio for Mini Madrazo. Now, in this case, the files are your primary target. So, you have to make your way to the island and somehow get into El Rubio's compound, grab the files, and leave. So, in this case, the files, like I said, are the primary target. However, your primary target will change after you do the heist for the first time. You'll no longer just be going for the files. And I will put all the primary targets on the screen right here and their values. And also, when you are doing the heist, you will have a duffel bag that you can store loot in. Now, once you steal the primary target, it doesn't take up any space in your loot bag. So what that extra space in your loot bag is for secondary targets that are found all across El Rubio's island. Here are the values of the secondary targets and their names. So obviously, you saw that gold was the most valuable secondary target. And gold can only be found in El Rubio's compound. And to find your primary target and secondary targets, you have to hack into the signal box. So, let's go ahead and do that. Now, the instructions of the hacking minigame are on the top left for you guys, just in case you guys don't understand how this works. Right. And there we go. We got the target voltage.
Okay, I have access. The app is on your phone. Let us take a look.
Alright. As soon as you open up Sightseer, a cutscene will play, witnessing Gustavo's fate. So, come back to the video after watching that cutscene. Now, once you're done with that cutscene, this is part of the main reconnaissance for El Rubio's island. So, go ahead, pan through the cameras. These two animal cams are insignificant. You can skip them every time. Now, starting at the courtyard, for every single camera, pan all the way left and pan all the way right to find all your points of interest, infiltration points, secondary targets, and primary targets. So once you reach the basement, your primary target will always be in the basement. So go ahead, pan your camera. Let's see what primary target I get. It's Ruby Necklace. For you guys, your primary target will be in the safe and it'll be files. However, after your first heist, your primary target will no longer be files and it'll be one of the other primary targets I listed before and their values. Now, basement storage. So these are the first spots for your secondary targets. I'm going to put up a map of all the secondary target locations on El Rubio's island. And right now I'll be going over the locations inside the compound. So in basement storage, there are 2 potential secondary target spawns, and I got gold for both of them. So in the secondary target spawns in the compound, it can either be cash or gold or nothing. What you want is the most amount of gold, because gold is the most valuable secondary target. The more gold you can hold, the better, because you just get the most money at that point.
Ah, fine art. Excellent for money laundering. I will mark location.
You can also find paintings in the office or in the storages. So go ahead, each camera pan all the way left and right to find everything. So I got some
Good to
cash,
know. I will mark on planning screen.
got some more cash.
Location noted. Remember, you are not a pack mule. There is only
So in
much
each
you
of these
can
storage
carry.
cameras, it
Want
can be
more?
potentially
Bring
2
friends.
secondary targets, and what you want is just as much gold as you can, because that will give you the most money when you are doing the heist. See, like right now I got nothing, which is unlucky. So every time doing the heist, check these cameras, and what you want is to find these secondary targets. Now on these outside cameras, make sure you pan all the way left and right to find the POIs and infiltration points. All the way right, all the way left. I'm not going to do it, but you guys should. Main gate, same thing, all the way right, all the way left. South gate, you know the deal. South wall, you already know what to do. Alright, once you're back in the animal cages, you can exit out the camera. So, let me go over that one more time. You went ahead, hacked into El Rubio's cameras, found your primary target, which for you guys will be files, in the basement, and then checked each secondary target location in the compound. So in total, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 secondary targets. And what you want is the most amount of gold. There could be 2 gold in the basement. I got lucky and got those 2. And 2 gold in each storage. So in this one, I got 2 cash, and gold, and just nothing. So I got unlucky there. So your goal, get as much gold as possible. And so that is basically all the recon for the compound. Oh, actually, I do have to show you guys one thing. So you can do this from the communications tower. You basically jump off, pull your parachute right away, and I'll show you guys the best way to get into the compound when you're doing the heist. You want to scope this out now so you don't have to come back later. So go ahead, jump off the communications tower and make your way over to this water outside of El Rubio's compound. Alright, by the water, and it's right under this dinghy. Alright. Now, it's probably going to be hard for you guys to see because it's nighttime, so basically what you're looking for is a drainage tunnel. Let me find it. Oh, you can look at your map to make it easier. Alright, right here. Let me go up, grab some air, look down, and just get close to this tunnel, and it'll say scope the drainage tunnel. This is the way you are going to enter El Rubio's compound in the heist, so it'll be the easiest way. So don't forget to scope out the drainage tunnel. Once you've done that, go ahead and make your way towards North Dock, where the game will tell you to find some bolt cutters and some secondary target spawns in North Dock. Once again, I'm going to pull up the map, and I'm going to show you guys a map of all the secondary target spawns. So similar to the compound, it is random what spawns in the secondary target spots. Outside of the compound, it can either be cocaine, weed, or cash. And here are the values for them now. So basically, like in the compound, you want the best secondary target to spawn where secondary targets spawn. So outside the compound, you want as much cocaine as possible because it is the most valuable. And how picking up these secondary targets works is you pick them up, they add value to your total take, however they take up bag space. So you're not a pack mule, you can't hold everything. You want to only hold the best. So basically, you want to hold as much gold from the compound as possible. I'll go into that, how you do that in the actual heist video. And then outside the compound, you want to get as much cocaine as possible. So, if you want, you could scout out yourself and check each individual secondary target spawn outside the compound using the map I just gave you. See what you get. Hopefully you would get cocaine in those. So right now I'm going to make my way towards North Dock, where you guys should be going according to the game. So, see you guys there. Alright, I'm coming up on North Dock. Pablo will instruct you to take a couple pictures of a couple stuff, and while I'm here, I'll show you where the secondary target spawns are in North Dock. However, once you're making your way out of the compound, I would like you guys to go in the main dock, and then you can literally just take a boat and just exit Cayo Perico. I'll show you guys some secondary target spots in North Dock, not in North Dock, in main dock after I'm done the North Dock stuff. Oh, cool, I found some treasure. That's awesome. Easy 15k. Yeah, these treasures can be found across the island, but their spawns are random. Might as well look them up. Alright, you're here at North Dock. Go ahead, just take pictures of what Pavel asks you to take pictures of, and I'll give you guys some hints to where the secondary target locations are. You most likely won't be going to North Dock when you're doing the heist just because it's so far from the compound. Most likely you would just be going to Main Dock to pick up the secondary targets there if you are not filled up on gold already. Alright, here's when the secondary target spawns. Go ahead, open up your phone, and just take a picture. Looks like I got cocaine here, so I'll keep that in mind when I'm doing my heist. If I do not find any cocaine in Main Dock, I might come to North Dock to pick this up. Go ahead, there are, I think, 4 potential secondary target spawns in here. No, there's only 2. We got cash and weed. Now, you don't have to take pictures of all of them. Only take pictures of the ones you want to take. I'm just showing you guys an example how to take the pictures.
That's on your planning screen now.
Alright. And there's one more secondary target spot in North Dock, and it's at this garage over here. Now, most of the secondary target spawns, you can just open up with one person using your cutting torch, which the cutting torch will be explained in the prepping video. Oh, I got 2 cocaine here. However, in this, you can't open up as one person. Someone will have to go to this little panel back here and open it up while someone else grabs the targets inside. So, not all secondary target spots can be opened by one person. Alright, so I know there's 3 cocaine here at North Dock, I'm sorry. So, I know if I do not find any cocaine in Main Dock, I can always go to North Dock and pick up at least 1 that I can get by myself, and 3 if I bring someone else with me. And obviously, if you bring more people with you on the heist, the more bag space you have, and the more secondary targets you can pick up on your way out. Now, I'm going to head over to Main Dock. I'll see you guys there. Alright, I've arrived in Main Dock, and there are 4 potential secondary target locations here. You can always refer to the secondary targets map that I posted, and see where all the locations are for yourself around the island if you do feel like scouting them all out. First one is over here in this warehouse to my left. Let's see what's in here. Looks like we got weed. So like I said, you always want to try to get cocaine when you're out of the compound.
I have a feeling Mr. Rubio has very good marijuana. Will fetch good price.
Next ones are across this canal. Always just be aware of your surroundings, make sure the path is clear. This next secondary target spawn is the second garage spawn, meaning you need another person, just like in North Dock where I showed you. So this one you cannot access it by yourself. So it really pays to bring more people with you on this heist, because overall that main take will be a lot higher because there's more bag space for everyone to carry secondary targets. See what I get in here? More cocaine. So I found a lot of cocaine outside of the compound. So this is really good.
Location noted.
Now let's go check the other secondary target spawns I can access by myself. Alright, and this one looks like I just got cash, so I'm not even going to bother taking a picture of it because I'm not going to be picking it up anyway. There's one last secondary target spawn, and it is right next to that guard walking over there in that barn. Oh, it looks like there's a vehicle coming. I gotta run. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I got it. That was close. Alright, let's see what's in here. We got some more cash. Well, alright, I'm going to tell you guys something. So, once you do that initial reconnaissance, and you find that you have a lot of gold in the compound, all of the scouting out outside of this compound area is not necessary. If you get, I would say, 3 or more gold, it is worth bringing at least one other person and just filling up both your bags with gold. Because, like I mentioned, gold is best secondary targets. You want as much gold as you can. And if your bags are already full of gold, you might as well just make your way to main dock and escape and don't pick up any of these secondary targets that are around the map. So, the only reason for you to scout out these secondary targets across the map is only if you have barely any gold in the compound. Like, I have 3 gold in here. So, if I wanted to, I could bring one other person and just fill up both our bags with gold and leave. So if you have a really bad compound with less than 3 gold, then I would recommend at least scouting out the secondary target locations in the main dock. And then if you know that there's cocaine here in these main dock spawns, grab that cocaine and just make your way out. Looks like I got caught, but that's fine. I did all the scouting out that I needed to. So, let me recap. If you have enough gold in the compound, then you do not have to scout out any secondary target spawns outside the compound. Once you're done with the reconnaissance at North Dock that you're required to do, make your way up to the airfield and take a picture of that control tower right there. It might be a little difficult to get the picture, just get close to it and take a picture, and you can make your way back to Los Santos. There'll be a pilot icon standing over there, and you can go ahead and ask him to take you back. And I've only shown you like a minimal reconnaissance of Cayo Perico. You are welcome to explore the island for yourself and see what it has to offer. The map that I will post shows also all the points of interest, all the extra gear you can pick up, and that is totally optional. If you are getting bored of just doing the heist the same way, go ahead and explore the island, explore different approaches, and see what interests you. Just overall, just experiment, have fun with it. And that basically wraps up the reconnaissance of Cayo Perico. Basically, find your primary target, check secondary targets in the compound. If there's a lot of gold, then you don't even have to look outside of the compound. If there isn't a lot of gold, check those secondary target spawns outside of the compound. Thank you for watching my intro video to the Cayo Perico heist. I'll see you guys in the next one, where I show you guys how to scout out after your first try. It's mostly the same, but just getting to the communications tower is a little different. So, I'll see you guys at the next video. Take care.